Boyce, and I am director of HairForce 1 and HairForce 1 Training Academy. We're a very small group of barbershops from way up in East London / Essex, and we've had a long-standing relationship with Macmillan now. We're trying to use a barbershop as a vehicle to drive conversation. As many of you know, the barbershop isn't just for getting your hair done and looking and feeling your best. It's also a great breathing ground for conversation. So we put two and two together and thought, okay, well, we can use this as a vehicle to drive our cancer conversation. So we're going to try and give you a bit of an insight as to what that may look like in the barbershop. I know there's a lot of females out here, so you may not understand, you may not have experienced what that looks like inside the barbershop. So we're going to give you a small insight, and I hope you guys enjoy. So, are we good to go? Can I call up my first client of the day, please? Good? Good? Long time. Yeah, long time. Let's see if I can look after you today.
Brother, what story to tell you?
Yeah, you know what? It's been a while since I've seen you, so let's try and start at the top.
Yeah, man, I nearly moved to my doctor here.
Oh, yeah?
The man was disrespectful.
Disrespectful in which way?
He just come with some disrespectful talk, and have you heard of that PSA thing?
The PSA test?
PSA thing.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So the man asked me where my prostate was, and because I didn't know, he kind of smirked at me.
Really?
Do you know where yours is?
My prostate?
Yes.
No.
All the men in the room, if you know where your prostate is, put your hand up. See that?
That's a good turn. That's a good turn. So what's he saying now? He's smirking at you.
Yeah, he just moved different, and as I'm from the road, you don't move to me like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me go to the story.
So man got a bit.
Listen.
Yeah.
I need to switch now. Anyway, so we're talking about the PSA thing, and he was telling me about what's going to happen when I go through it, and I was like, what's the side effects?
Yeah.
So the man said to me, one of the major side effects is erectile dysfunction.
Whoa!
And I said, yeah. He said, erectile dysfunction.
Okay.
So I'm like, that's really good.
You got my attention now.
You get me? And he had my attention. So I'm like, big man, what exactly happened?
Yeah.
So he editorial,
Go on.
man was talking about how I will lose my libido. Hold on, I'm thinking, what, for a week or two? The man said for up to 2 years. I'm like, bruv, are you kidding? Not only that, there's more. There's more. It said that when they remove the prostate, the size of your is going to shrink.
Nah.
And you know, man,
He can't tell you that.
and I'm trying to put the work in still. And he's telling me,
He can't tell you that.
yeah, listen, I've got 9 kids, I wouldn't get to 11.
He can't tell you
I'm trying to mash up the dance now. So I had to move to him. I'm like, breaking it. Who are you talking to? I'm like, you need to respect the name.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah,
because where we're from, that's all that dialogue that he's just giving you that's a no-no where we're from, right?
Masculinity over health.
Right.
I've got a reputation on the road.
I understand. I get it. I get it.
So he's trying to mash up the thing.
So that's knocked you for 6 now.
Listen, like I said, I had to get up to bad luck.
Oh my goodness.
I'll be moving like that.
Yeah, I get it. So tell me how the conversation ended though.
The man said I must come back with somebody accompanying me so I can control myself.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So I was moving different.
It went that way?
He went that way.
Okay.
It got a bit sticky still.
So what we have to try and do in those kind of scenarios, I guess, is remain professional and kind of take the information in like adults in a mature way, I guess.
Someone's telling you.
And leaving ego to one side.
Big man, you're going to lose the size of your hood.
I get you.
Man's from the road, you know.
It's hard to be composed.
Exactly.
It's hard to be composed in that. Yeah.
So one girl moved to me, I can't do that because I don't want to be there. So I have to go and go shy.
Yeah, I understand. I completely get that.
That ain't the one.
That's a big pill to swallow.
But you know what? I know that in the barber shop this is a community thing. But I don't take my business, you know.
No. Yes, Wade. Long time I ain't seen you, big man. How you doing, my friend? I'm good, you good? Trying to have a seat, man. Let me try to look after you today. Is it the usual you're having, yeah?
Yeah, man, just give me just a bit of
It's the mohawk, isn't it? No? Not today. Not today. Okay, next time. The next time. How you keeping though, Wayne? Long time.
You know what? I found this website.
Go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
And it's talking about all of these things. Because you know I told you that I had the thing.
I remember you mentioning that thing that time. Yeah.
And then the doctors are talking about they want to cut me, take it out, they want to take pieces off me.
Oh, they want to.
Yeah, they want to do. Take things. Yeah.
Okay. So what was your response to that?
I said, no, I'm not going there. Because I've seen some stuff online, innit? I saw this place online where you can go, you can get these like berries and these herbs and these things and you can mix them up.
Okay.
Like at night, and you have to do it at night because it don't work in
Okay, I'm with you.
You mix up. And you know what I mean? If you're superstitious, it kind of don't work as well. So you have to kind of like, because this is like iron.
I understand. I've heard about them things, you know.
Madness, yeah. But it worked good, so I've been told. So I'm gonna keep.
So you're taking that route.
I'm taking that route.
Okay. So that's the more natural, the more herbal,
the more herb. Now there was this bloke down the pub here. We had a conversation over 2 pints, and he knew.
And you just met this guy in the pub.
He knew a friend, yeah, his brother's sister, best friend's cousin.
Oh, so when you the guy in the pub? Okay, yeah. So it's a reliable source.
And he said.
Okay.
He said he got 2 of the bills here.
Yeah.
And not only did his young get bigger.
Yeah.
All the things that went, everything they've gone. It was like good.
Pure, everything back 100%.
Everything 100%.
Okay, so a good source.
It's a good source.
It's a good source. Okay.
I'm gonna try that too.
So we're gonna take that as gospel.
I'm gonna try the same. And you know, sometimes you get that feeling in your baby.
Yeah, I understand. So what I would say, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, is to maybe try and do some research and your own due diligence. And maybe, well, you know,
you can tell me go live when you
Google phone.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of reading, a little bit of, just for yourself, just for your own peace of mind and all of them.
No, you know, I did do a little bit of research.
Yeah.
I mean, I spoke to his friend as well.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, that's good. All right, so you're all right.
Yeah, you know what? I start the course later on. Like, I'll get a couple of days.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And, you know, then I'm going to see what happens, isn't it?
Okay.
I'm feeling good.
Okay, so you know what I want you to do? Just keep me in the loop and just let me know.
Yeah, man, I'll let you know.
Because you know I talk to a lot of people in there and...
I know, you chat to bed.
I talk to a lot of people in there.
Slips.
Yeah. But there's confidentiality agreement, so...
For real, you know?
Yeah, there's confidentiality agreement.
I don't want next man getting this eye of me.
No, trust me, buddy, it's safe with me, my guy, trust me.
I need that.
Real talk, safe with me. Brother, son, been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Till next time.
More walk.
Yeah, more walk. Yes, big man, yes. Appreciate it, big man. Yeah. Can I call up my third time of the day, please? It's you. My big Benjamin Jeff.
Yeah, man.
How you doing, sir?
Didn't I tell you the chair's too high?
Yeah, we're going to get the other chair in next time. Sorry. I beg you. I apologize. I'm so sorry. Yeah. All right. Cool. It's been a while since I see you, Jeff. How you keeping?
Well, you know me, man, just cool,
You all right, yeah?
Yeah, listen. Boy,
What you got for me, Jeff?
I'm hearing this prostate cancer thing.
For real?
You see them brethren say, hey, you guys, you're bad, you know. Shut. I don't want none of that thing.
No?
Nah.
You're not checking, you don't want to know, what's going on? Head in a certain type.
You see me? I rather know. I'm not joking like them boys there, Because, boy, I about the procedure.
What's the
No.
The blood test?
Well, let me see your fingers.
The blood test?
Let me see your fingers.
Now, which one are you talking about? The blood test?
No, the blood test.
No?
What's that?
Which one?
The only way they do it.
No, I'm sorry, I'm not aware.
They put it where the sun don't shine.
You told me that? You told me that?
Alright, my brethren. Yeah.
You see him in a pub?
My brethren. Let me see your fingers.
Yours is my finger. My finger, this is for holding stuff, that's it. That's it.
Well, fingers go up where the sun don't shine.
And you don't want none of that. You're not interested in
Look at
that.
my brethren. Mine don't fall off. Boss, before you start. Yeah? Seriously.
Go on, I'm listening.
My brethren told me the doctor put his finger where the sun don't shine. And I always say, not in my behind. Don't tell nobody this.
No, we don't do that. We don't do that. 100% is safe.
I did this. The man said that orgasm.
What?
Yeah.
Do you actually know what you're telling me right now?
That's why I said don't tell nobody.
How can I tell anybody that? I can't tell nobody that.
What's this talk about? Injection? What?
Well, I tell you what, what you're describing there sounds like I saying, where we're from, it's a very sensitive area, full stop. Let alone, anything like what you're describing. So I kind of hear you when you're saying that you're not really into that.
Because you see, I don't want none of that business here because I'm a straight man. You know? I don't want to be fired now. Probably somebody put their finger up there.
Okay, I hear that. So
Let me see your fingers.
no, it's just for holding my children. That's it. That's the only thing I'm into for. But you know what I would say to that? What I would say is maybe due diligence, research, finding out for yourself whether or not there is alternative methods, whether or not that's a method that is accurate and viable and works. Finding, because traditionally we don't really respond well to these things, do we?
Diligence, research, English, please.
Yeah.
You tell me, I must go and find out what it's like to get a finger put up my back.
Well, I'm just saying because I know how our people stay and
When you miss a party.
I didn't get it. No, listen, let me know what developments are made on that front because I want to know. I want to know how things turn out.
Alright.
Yeah? Keep me posted, Jeff. Good seeing you, my brother. Good seeing you. Good on yourself. Thank you very much, big sir. Thank you, yes. God bless you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks so much for just a snapshot, because we heard a little bit of what they talk about in the barbershop, because we don't hear any of this. So I'm really pleased just to have been a fly on the wall. I was going to ask Rochelle if she could just come up for 1 second, just to talk about why we did this, and just talk about the 3 things they raised. So today, if you've noticed, we're talking about myths. We're talking about what people think happens, which prevents them from going and getting treatment. And after that, it's Sophia here and after that we'll go to the men themselves and they can share a little bit about their story. Thank you.
Well, you can stay here. Okay. So just wanted to let you guys know how me and Lorna met. I've actually seen you on Instagram for years, before I started up my hair care business. And I was like, I always have to get in touch with that woman. And then she got in touch with me just saying how she wanted to do this barbershop production, and I was just like, great, because anything that I do raises awareness to important topics that can change the world. So I'm just very grateful for you for inviting me to come and do this, because it's something that I feel that my soul has needed, just to see people like yourselves. It's actually done amazing, loved it. And I think everything that we've done is based upon these gentlemen's stories right here, and we all had a discussion to have a talk about which topics we were going to do. So I just feel really grateful to know you, to know everyone here, and to especially know you guys. So yeah, it's been amazing. So that's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Rochelle. We couldn't have done this without you. Thank you. So we're gonna hand the mic to each of them. They're just gonna share a few minutes about their own personal stories, and then over to Anderson, and then to Janet Clark. 1 second.
Hi, I'm Jeff Thompson.
Jeff, go sit the chairman.
Jeff, oh come round. Jeff, come round.
You see, he's only saying that because I'm a giant, really. Yeah. Now, yeah, my little part here about, finger up the anus and so on, it was basically one of the things I dreaded when I had prostate cancer. Yes, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2018. It's now 7 years. This month makes it 7 years. So I call it my birthday. Yeah, I'm Jeff Thompson, like I said before. I have to keep reminding myself. I run an organization called Cancer Don't Let It Win. I'm the founder, director, and we've had this organization running now approximately registered official about 3 years. Within that whole period, we've been able to reach out to over 3,000 black men that's had prostate cancer. I can say to you, and I'm not feeling embarrassed about it, back then, when I had my first diagnosis, it was a thing up the backside, yeah? And I remember when the doctor saying to me, we need to do this examination, my buttocks tied up. So tight. And if I walked, I would squeak. Thank God that's not the case now. Yeah, it's a simple blood test, and we've been able to push this out to so many men that, don't be afraid to go get that test. It's a simple PSA blood test, and then after that you have an MRI scan. Then from an MRI scan, if anything untoward, you have a biopsy. I'm not going to take up much more of your time. I'll leave it to the rest of these actors to come and share their little story. Thanks very much. Thank
you. 1, 2. I'm Paul Campbell. I'm the Chief Executive of Cancer Black Hair. This seems an appropriate seat. And I was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2019, along with my brother and our sister, and we all had our individual journeys. And because of those journeys, it kind of, the path was into supporting the communities that we live in, black people and people of colour. I started to volunteer for PCUK, PCR, and the Mental Health Forum because I was initially denied treatment, and if I wasn't confident or assertive, by the time I would have found out about my diagnosis, I might have been stage 4, and my brother got his check because I got my check. So if I wasn't who I was, then maybe he would have found out at stage 4 too, and that angered me. And that's why I wanted to use my voice to volunteer with various charities. And then after about a year or 2 of doing that work, someone sort of put the job spec for Cancer Black Hair, and in front of me was actually the first interview I went to. No, that's a lie. The first interview was McDonald's when I was 16. The second interview I went to, and it was an opportunity to lead from the front. It was an opportunity to support black people and people of colour. It was an opportunity to use my personal experience to try and drive change, to get into environments where the doors are normally locked. So we do a lot of lobbying, campaigning. We want to improve outcomes and experiences for black people and people of colour. We want to remove the fear, the bitterness and the misunderstanding, and we want to provide culturally appropriate and relevant information on all aspects of cancer care. And we have groups that run on the weekends as well, where our members get together, they share experiences, they cultivate meaningful relationships, and anyone during their journey, whether late-stage diagnosis, early diagnosis, patients, carers, family, friends, anyone can join the groups. And one thing I'd say about the cancer community, I love being in this environment. I think everyone here brings something different to the table. I'd rather not be in the community, but I am here. I just love the camaraderie, the support that we get, and events like this really help to raise awareness. I didn't know about my prostate until the Dr. GP told me about it. That was the truth. And erectile dysfunction, it is a real thing. The finger up the bum, that's a real thing too. So it's about making sure men, young men as well, know the history, the risk factors. So we have to get, tested, screened, and it's so important. It's so important that we talk to our children. It's so important that everyone kind of takes these messages on board, because prostate cancer, 1 in 4 black men will get it, 1 in 8 white men will get it, and 1 in 13 Asian men will get it. So it affects our community more. So therefore, we have to do more. Over to you, brother.
I'll follow that. So, as my brother said, my name is Wayne Campbell, and I was diagnosed in 2019. And I remember when my brother said that he'd gone and been screened and been checked and that he had cancer. I felt, well, I'm fit, I'm healthy. I go to the gym. Why on earth would I have cancer? I went and had all of the checks, PSA. Fortunately, I didn't have the finger on the bum. That was just less of a check. By the time I found out that I had cancer, the choices were get treatment or not. And very similar to the character I played, I thought, nah. So I waited almost 3 years. I became a ninja. And what I convinced myself at the time was that I can do this. I can change my lifestyle. I can change my diet. I can do all this, because I don't want to go to a hospital where they're gonna prod and prick me and stuff like that. And one of the big things that was missing from my journey was culturally sensitive material. I would go to these appointments and I'd see 50, 60, 70, 80-year-old white guys talking about their experiences. I didn't see anyone that looked like me in the surgeries. I didn't see anyone that looked like me in the waiting rooms for me to feel that I was confidently in a space where I could get something positive. And that was what I was doing. I was also choosing masculinity over health. I'm a young man. There's no way I'm giving up the joogie. Not gonna happen. And that's what I knew. That's what I was being fed. That's what I was being told. Joogie. You know that way there? And then on top of that, they're telling us that, yeah, you're also going to have to wear nappies. Big man don't wear nappies! So I was telling myself that everything that I knew about prostate cancer, it was all negative. And it was 3 years into this journey, 3 years of me being a ninja. And by the way, the ninja thing lasted about 2 weeks. About 6 months. I mean, I changed my diet. I was eating so much quinoa. I was eating quinoa and green stuff. No alcohol. I gave up all of the bad habits. And I was like, I'm a ninja. And then you go to a birthday party. Want some cake? Oh, just a little bit because I'm a ninja. And then you go out to a leaving do. You want a drink? Yeah, just a little bit because I'm a ninja. But I wasn't. And I was fooling myself into believing that I could do this through these lifestyle changes, whilst ignoring the oncologists and the medical professionals telling me that there was so much more that I could learn from this journey. 3 years later, I finally did have my prostate removed. I had it was performed by a Hugo, the robot. Did you have a robot as well? Yeah, so Hugo was the name of my robot. I yanked it out, and the realization that I waited 3 years, and I was so lucky because it hadn't spread outside of the prostate. I know people since me going in that have not been so lucky. So to sit here and to be able to share this story for me is incredible with people who are going through similar experiences. My brother setting up, or my brother being the managing director of Cancer Black Care has also, CEO, oh God almighty, potatoes, has also been encouraging and helpful. We support each other and we support the wider community by doing these talks. My mother, who had to deal with 2 sons and a daughter going through cancer at the same time, was in bits, as you can imagine. I think my takeaway from this journey is, you know, sometimes you may come to the table late, but as long as you get there, you know. My condition could have been a lot worse, so I'm thankful that I'm here. I'm thankful for the early diagnosis from my brother. When go get checked, you know, no cancer, I got cancer, we got cancer. We did that, but we're here as a result of that. So thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I have so much admiration for these 3 gentlemen here. If you look at the smiles on their faces, the energy that they have in their bodies and their outlook on life after going through such experiences, I think that if that doesn't inspire you in any way, shape or form, I don't know what will. So thank you to you 3. And there was talk from Rochelle, is this going to go well? Are you going to pull it off? Do you need to rehearse? I said, when I'm working with these lot, I said there's no way this isn't going to work. This is 100% going to work. So thankfully it did, and thank you Rochelle and the team. That was really, really good. Like I said earlier, I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I know I'm last. My name's Anderson Boyce, Director for HairForce 1 and HairForce 1 Training Academy. We're a very small group of barbershops and training academy, barber and training academy in the East London / Essex area, and we partnered up with Macmillan about 5 or 6 years ago now, just on the premise or idea that men don't talk, and furthermore, black men don't talk. I can tell you firsthand. The barbershop, when you get the formula right, the barbershop or relationship between client and barber can be really, really personal, and I'm sure it is for ladies and your stylists as well. The relationship can be really, really personal. We hear a lot of things. We get told of marriages, divorces, children, infidelity, car crashes, lost my job, you name it. Sometimes we're the first to hear it, right? So it kind of dawned on me some years ago that if we have such a great breeding ground for conversation, why aren't we talking about the things that matter? Why aren't we talking about cancer? As was mentioned earlier, 1 in 8 white men, 1 in 4 black men. Why isn't this something that we discuss? Why is it still so taboo? Why aren't these walls being kicked down, knocked down in places like this where we can, breed conversation? So for me, it was all about early diagnosis, early diagnosis, early diagnosis. If we're talking about it, then we stand a much greater chance of catching it early. Less of the stage 4 and all of that kind of stuff, and more of the stage 1, if any at all, right? So that's where our relationship with Macmillan was formed, and it's just thankfully gone from strength to strength. So I'm so thankful to still have that with you guys, Janet and Lorna. Where is she? I can't see her. She's around there somewhere. Thank you, Lorna, for having us down there today, and thank you everybody in the audience, because it's absolutely been amazing.